Oh, there we go. Welcome, welcome. So, as is starting to be more typical, once again, we've got another interesting Monday after a drama-filled weekend. So, if you're catching this, you're probably, trying to stay up on the Tesla news to, use it for advantage in making stock trade plans. So, obviously, there was all the nonsense over the weekend with the Elon Musk Twitter poll asking his audience's opinion on whether or not he should sell 10% of his holdings. So that, of course, caused huge panic, and a lot of people jumped out as soon as the markets opened, and we dropped from in the 1200 teens and got down into the 1130s. Then we got back up into the 1150s to open, shot straight back down to 1133, and then proceeded to run right back up to 1197. So, oh man, dramatic Monday. I've been fishing out a few little orders just to see. I would probably be more confident playing something that would stay under 1130 for today. But then these last couple minutes really started to take a pretty dramatic end of day sell-off. So, I see this a bunch when there is a large move in the stock during the day. People that are trying to day trade it need to get out of their positions so they are not holding them against the leverage requirements of their broker. So towards the end of the day, a lot of times you'll see large sell-offs in stocks that have big action earlier in the day. So I'm pretty sure that's more of what is happening right now. It will be interesting to see if we stay over 1160 for right now. The last couple weeks, we've been flirting with the first and second standard deviations on the upside, and today we're dropping below the first standard deviation down and getting close to that one below. So something to keep an eye on. Most likely what I'm going to look to do is take a trade on Wednesday, most likely Thursday. Like this last week, I don't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday. Now that I think about it. Anyways, I took a trade at sold 1140, bought 1135, and got I think $1.60 or something out of them, but ended up making a couple $100 for the week. Like sold for $1.60, bought them back for 2 cents on Friday. So that worked out pretty well in my favor. Shortening the time frame, so less risk of something going haywire. Just with everything that is happening over the last year, I've tried to tighten up the time frame that I have trades open, and that has definitely been more advantageous when I play a smaller time frame. Don't get as much premium, but the risk of losing it all is dramatically decreased. So right now I've been eyeballing this 1130, sell 1130, buy the 1125. Right now it's going for $1.40. See, that would not be too bad for let's just take a big gamble, roll that up to $1.65, see if we get like a pretty dramatic sell-off. Yeah, it might could happen. We'll just eyeball it, see what happens here. Just 2 contracts. I don't think this is going to go through, but yeah, we'd have to drop pretty hard or just have another really fast push down. Ooh, that's way too zoomed in. So you can also see the volume here at the end of the day has picked up. We were tapering down going through the afternoon lull, and then here, once it started dropping a little bit more people come in, start piling in, and volume goes up. It's man, you do this long enough, you kind of start figuring out what strategy works best for you, and then what things you need to watch for in order to make that strategy work. So when I see a large drop in the price, I like to see kind of where the lowest is, and then are we going to hold on to that or break through and go lower again. So right now I'm going to watch for us to stay really above 1140 for the next 2 days, and then I'll probably play the 1140 range on Thursday. But if we come back down, drop below 1140, then come down, test 1130, and drop below that, then it's time to, step back, be patient for another week, let all this stuff play out, settle down. With everything else going on, it's hard to keep an eye on just one thing and stay focused on it. So sometimes when you try to do too much, squeeze yourself all over the place, and next thing you know, you are not doing a very good job of keeping on top. So it is kind of interesting though to see that this old, from a long time ago, Fibonacci 100% extension that I had drawn, like we barely got up over that 1228, and then ended up coming back down below it. So I still think this 1230, 1240 range is going to be the next most difficult place to get over. Once we can get up, break through that, be on a good trajectory back upwards. But with so many up days, you got to realize, I always look at it like running, especially like running up a hill. When you have something like this stock run, putting all of its energy into going up, eventually it's going to get tired, needs to take a break, slow down. It'll either go at a slower pace and just walk, or you might turn and walk downhill a little bit, and that'll help you recover, get your energy back up, and kind of find a good place to get a good grip in and start running back up the hill again. So it's something to be aware of. Usually when I got a couple days of good momentum upward, you pretty much always know you are coming up soon to a down day. So this little day today, very expected, but it's unpleasant when when you have a large quantity of shares, and I'm only rocking at 10 shares and showing me down 600 for today, which I don't quite think is right, because that's, well, yeah, I guess 60 times, no, that's not right. So like I said, something's off on the way they are figuring this P&L, because I'd had some days last week it would say that my P&L for the day was like $7,000 gain. That's just not correct. So I think something's wrong in Thinkorswim's programming, but what can you do? It's looking pretty good for holding on to 1160 for today. I'll take that after all the drama yesterday. Yeah, yesterday when the poll ended, people were you would have thought the world was coming to an absolute end today. But as is usual, take a breath, let things play out, see what's happening, get a plan in place, and once you start noticing things are kind of stabilizing, then it's time to jump in and get after it. So I'm really going to be watching this 1160 range now. So if this holds through till Wednesday, I might Might move up my plan from the 1130s to play the 1140s, maybe the 1150s. But what I usually like to do, look at the later in the day on Wednesday or Thursday morning, find where I can go the furthest away from where the stock price currently is and still get $1 to $1.30 out of each contract on a $5 wide spread. So, if I could do that with 4 to 5 contracts, make $400 or $500 pretty much overnight. And we're at the last 3, 2, 1. Closing at 1162. It was 1162.94, but they took that away from us real quick there. So, oh man. Anyways, main thing to know this week is there is just so much other stuff happening that, the drama in Tesla stock is pretty much always going to be there. But you got to factor in what's happening with it, plus what is happening with everything else in the world. There's that Rittenhouse trial going on, all this stimulus package nonsense going on. There's just so much happening, and then SpaceX is, bringing astronauts back down to Earth today, and I think getting ready to launch another set of them up later this week. So, lots of cool stuff happening this week. Try to get in the mindset where you stay focused on the good things and don't dwell on all the bad things happening. Speaking of, I'm going to get loaded up and see how much target practice I can get in before the sun goes down. So right now we're at sunset of 5:30. Lost a whole hour's worth of my day. So by the time I get loaded up, out to where I was shooting, I maybe will get in an hour and a half, do a little workout there. Fun times. So things will be changing up a little bit, but I'll still plan to be here for the last couple minutes of market open on Mondays when I'm off work. So thanks for stopping by, checking it out. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.